Hello and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Laraine Durham, and this is the channel where we talk about GLP-1 medications like Manjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, tirzepatide, Zepbound, and lots of other ones still coming down the pike. I've lost over 50 pounds with tirzepatide. And in this series, it's called our Downsized Dish series. We talk to real people who have had success using a GLP-1 medication. I'm not a doctor. My guest today is not a doctor. So if you're interested in GLP-1s, the best place to start is with your doctor. I hope you will like and subscribe to The Downsized. We make videos every day to help inform and support you on your journey. Today, we're welcoming Vicki Dombroski to The Downsized. Welcome, Vicki.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, Vicki, I know you've been a longtime watcher of The Downsized. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 67 years old. I live in Reno, Nevada. I am what is considered a silver divorcee.
Oh,
In 2019, after over 35 years of marriage, my husband decided he didn't want to be married anymore, or at least married to me anyway. So,
oh,
so
all right.
but I have two grown children, a 39-year-old son, a 36-year-old daughter, and a 17-year-old granddaughter. My son and granddaughter actually live with me.
Oh, that's very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
And, tell us a little bit about your weight loss story, Vicki. Have you struggled all your life or did something happen
I have struggled for probably the last 40 years.
last
I
40 years?
when I was a child, I had pretty severe asthma and allergies.
Mhm.
So I was on the like sickly skinny side. I used to get
Uh-huh.
teased called me a skeleton or a scarecrow or
Oh,
and through my teenage years, I was always, chasing 10 or 20 pounds. I, was a teenager in the 70s with Twiggy and everybody else. So, you know,
mhm.
the thing was to be super thin, but I really didn't have much of a problem in my teenage years. It was in my 20s when it started.
Yeah. Around after you had kids, maybe?
A little bit before I
A little
had
bit
kids.
before.
When
Okay.
I was a teenager, I had, well, what they called then irregular periods, which is now we know as PCOS or PMOS. And my
Ah,
sister actually suffered from it too. So
mhm.
when I was 13, I had my first period that lasted like 2.5 months.
Oh my goodness.
They could
Welcome to womanhood.
fast. In fact, they finally had to give me a shot that they give pregnant women
Oh,
to
to
stop
stop.
it from spotting and bleeding. So
Interesting.
struggled with that through my early teenage years. Probably about the age of 17, they put me on birth control pills, and that pretty much regulated my
Yeah.
period. And I didn't really have a lot of weight issues from them. It's when I went off of them when I decided to that we were going to try and get pregnant that the weight
Oh,
started creeping up.
interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm glad that you were able to have the 2 children. It
Yes,
seems
yes. It was
yeah.
it was not easy both times, but
Oh,
it naturally didn't have to go the in vitro route, and
yeah.
it took about 2 years each time to get pregnant, but had 2 pregnancies, 2 children, and everything went good there. But that's when the weight issues started for me.
That's when it started. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how did your weight affect your health over time?
Well, I think for a long time I was in denial that it wasn't affecting my health because
Oh,
I was what I called a pretty healthy fat person until I wasn't healthy. Blood
yeah.
pressure started creeping up, cholesterol started creeping up, A1C started creeping up. So probably 15 years ago, I was put on blood pressure and cholesterol medication.
Mm. Did
And
your
I've
yeah,
done every diet under
yeah.
the sun. Weight Watchers, I can't tell you how many times I started and stopped Weight Watchers because I always thought, okay, I got this. I know what to do.
Right.
And every time the weight just came back plus.
Yeah. Did your doctor ever mention your weight to you during this time?
Not really.
Mm.
The first doctor that actually mentioned my weight to me was my orthopedic doctor in January.
Oh,
Um, I have have, um, I'm going to need knee replacement on my left knee. And it was getting to the part where I could hardly walk. So, and I'd been getting shots, cortisone shots in every 3 months, but the shots kept being less and less effective. So I went and
Yeah.
saw him in January, and he told me as nice as he could. He said, I just can't, it's not worth the risk to operate on you at this time. And he
Oh,
didn't
wow.
say anything about weight wise, but he said, you need to get your BMI under 40 before we can ever consider the surgery. So at
Oh.
that point, I was barely able to walk. So I
Oh, no.
went back
Yeah.
to my car and just cried. I thought,
Oh,
how am I going to get?
what am I gonna do?
I'm
Yeah.
sitting here at a 48 BMI. How am I going to get it to a 40 if I can't even move?
Oh
So
my
at that
goodness.
point, in the parking lot, I went on Amazon and ordered a walker and a cane. I figured
Oh,
if I have to walk, I have to, I have to do something. So luckily, as I say, luckily, I involuntarily retired in October. And I say that because the company I worked for 37 and a half years decided to consolidate um, accounting functions and move them from, and I've been working from home for like the last 13 years.
oh,
So, I mean, they gave me a very good severance package and everything. So, I found out in September and retired in the middle of October. At that point, they were gonna pay for 6 months of Cobra, and
mhm.
I because I was still working, I wasn't on Medicare then. But then
Yeah.
I found out that Medicare does a grace period for Cobra, but not the Advantage plans.
Hmm.
So if I waited till my Cobra ended the middle of this year, then I would be able to sign up for Medicare, but not any of the Advantage plans.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to do that. So I hurried, signed up for Medicare, and it went into effect in January.
Gotcha.
So the insurance plan at that time um, had the had a welcoming thing. You went in for a patient assessment and consultation. So I went in for that. They called me, went in for that on the 13th. And of course, I needed to find a new doctor. Well, they just so happened to have two doctors in that practice that were accepting new patients. And one of the doctors could see me the next day.
Okay.
So I made an appointment for the 14th, sat and talked with her for probably an hour and a half about GLP-1s.
Oh, wow.
So she gave me a month's supply of the
Nice.
needles and vials. She had to
Nice.
show me how to do it because I'd never given myself a shot.
Yeah.
And then she put in the referral for it. I had been diagnosed the year before with sleep apnea,
Ah,
sleep apnea. So, and I think for them to consider it moderate, and it has to be over 15 AHI or something, whatever that means. Mine was
mhm.
15.3. So
Oh.
I barely snuck in. So, of course, at first they denied it, and that's why she'd given me the month of samples.
Uh-huh.
Um, so she had to appeal it twice, and finally they accepted it. I say accepted it, but I still had to pay like $525 a month for it because it was like on a tier 4,
Yeah.
and up till I met the max of $2,100. Now I don't have to pay anything for the rest of the year. But then, of course, I have to go through another PA at the beginning of next year. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I got the medicine on January 15th, and I took my first shot on Friday, January 16th.
And how much did you, weigh? And how tall are you, Vicki,
I
when you
am
started?
5'5.1". I used to be
Woo!
5'6".
Me too. Well, 5, 5.5, but yeah.
Longer. So
Yeah.
and the day I started Zepbound, I was 287.2
Mhm.
with a BMI of 48.7.
Yeah.
Today, ironically, I'm 237.2. So I have officially lost 50 pounds.
Oh, that's great. Since January, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I've been on it.
Well, awesome.
This is my 31st week. I was on 2.5 for 8 weeks, 5 for 20 weeks, and then I've been on 7.5 for the last 3 weeks.
Awesome. And when you moved up in dose, was that because, you stopped losing on those
It
doses and your
was rea
doctor suggested?
I actually lost pretty well on every dose. It was the food
Mhm.
noise was coming back big.
Food noise. Yeah, that
Yes,
happens too.
that was the
Mhm.
main reason. I've averaged 1.6, pounds a week weight loss, so I'm doing well with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's right there in the average range, right? The average range is between zero point 0.5 and 2 pounds a week, and 1.6 is right there, so that's great. Let's talk about these pictures.
The picture on the left in the floral shirt, that was I had my, daughter take that of me the day I started Zepbound.
Okay.
And then the picture on the right is a picture I had her take of me, I think that's like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell a difference here. It looks like more than 50 pounds if I'm being honest, but I mean, you definitely had some great success there.
I think I had a lot of inflammation too, because 'cause I've already
Oh.
gone down 4 pant sizes
Oh, wow.
and 3
Yeah.
shirt sizes. I started out at a 26, and I'll say a 26 was tight, and I'm in an
Yeah.
18 now.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
And I started out in like a 3X in shirts, and I'm extra large now.
Oh, well, I mean, that's great. That's great. Yeah, the Zepbound really helps take that inflammation out of your body, right? Did you notice it from the first dose or did it take some time?
I noticed it immediately. The first thing I
Immediately.
noticed, I take my shots Friday mornings.
Mhm.
So Friday at dinner, we were sitting having dinner, and I probably had like 5 bites of food. And my daughter wanted me to try something she was eating, and I literally could not take
Couldn't.
a bite. And I've never had that feeling before.
Yeah.
I could be stuffed, and I could still have room for
And
a
still eat. Oh,
bite or so.
sure. Of course. Yeah.
That was the first thing I noticed. And then the next morning, I got up, went to the bathroom like I always did, and I was like partway out to the living room to get my morning coffee, and I just stopped. And I thought, wait a minute, I just jumped basically out of bed. I didn't have to lay there for 5 or 10 minutes and make my knees bend and my back. And I just sat in a chair and cried.
Oh
It
my gosh.
it was amazing to me how instant it happened.
So your knee pain, I guess, got instantly better.
It got instantly better to the point I probably will eventually still have to have the knee replacement because it's from an old high school injury. But
Mhm.
I won't be knocking on his door because actually my BMI now is 39.9. And I thought, well, as soon as it hits 40, I'm going to be on the phone for an appointment. I'm not going to have to do that now. So
Yeah.
if I do have to end up having it, at least I'll be able to be at a much healthier weight.
Yeah, that'll make your recovery if you have
Yes.
to have that eventually, it'll make your recovery so much easier, I would imagine, being 50 plus pounds down.
But I've
Uh,
noticed in the cortisone shots, it's lasting for almost the full 3 months now, where before it was getting to the point like I'd have relief for maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then
huh,
the pain and the stiffness would come back.
that's interesting. I wonder how that works with the weight. I guess just not having all that
Just having
maybe
all that
fluid and
pressure and
yeah,
plus, that much less pressure on your knees and
yeah.
everything, so
Well,
and then
that's
the
that's
food noise, which I didn't even realize I had food noise. Mine wasn't just food noise, it was like constant noise. And
hmm.
and I explained to my doctor, it's like my brain never shut off. And it would just be going, going, going with, not only food stuff, but just nonsense stuff. And all of a sudden it was quiet. And that was
Ah.
that was the weirdest feeling.
I guess you don't really know, you don't know how much is going on up there until it's quiet, and
Well,
then you're
it's
like,
not going on.
"Yeah." What was that like to suddenly just not have those
It
thoughts
just sit
racing?
quiet. It was unreal. It
Mm,
was really unreal because that probably the first time in many, many years that.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
then also my craving for and my wants for alcohol disappeared.
Ah, yep, yep,
Like,
we hear that a
during
lot.
COVID during COVID and stuff, I had a lot of what I call solo wine parties.
Girl, don't I know it.
And now, like I said, I don't even think about it. In fact, I don't even have it in the house unless somebody's
Yep,
coming over that, then I'll go buy wine, but I don't even have it in the house. And before I was probably going through 3 or 4 bottles a week easily.
yeah,
Easy.
yeah, I can totally relate to that. Yeah, I've saved a ton of money not having not buying wine on the weekly basis, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
that's fantastic. I mean, when you drink it now, does it is it the same? Does it taste the same, or do you kinda think, "Mm,
I
I don't
think
know."
actually to me, I think it almost tastes better because I
Mhm.
enjoy it more with
Oh,
less. That makes any
oh,
sense.
no,
Like
I yeah,
for right
yeah,
now, I
mhm,
only drink socially. So
yeah,
if I'm going out with friends or family, but where I used to drink 3 and 4 glasses and not really even think about it, I
yeah.
have a glass now and I just enjoy it. And it seems that the taste of it seems better to me, but it doesn't make me want more of it.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. That's such a great way to put it. Have you noticed that same effect with foods that maybe you really liked before?
I haven't I haven't noticed it as much with food,
Mhm.
but pretty much it's because I can only eat just a certain amount. So the things I
Yeah.
liked before, I still like. I
Mhm.
that a lot of them I don't eat very often at all
Mhm.
anymore as they weren't per se the greatest for me.
Yeah.
But I still have the same taste for the foods I like.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, yeah, it's just that ability to now eat less, right? Where we wanted to keep going and going and going and going, and now it's just like, you know what the portion you were supposed to eat looked like, and now you're able to eat it
Yes,
instead of keep going, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so great. Did you have any, side effects when you started, Vicky?
I was actually very lucky. I had a little bit of fatigue, and
Mhm.
I found that if I took electrolytes, like, on the day of my shot and the day after, and I think it's called Ultima. It's a very low level sodium. It only has, like, 56 grams of sodium, so it's not
Oh,
real salty.
uh-huh.
I found that that helped me a lot. And then
Interesting.
I've had hair issues,
Uh-huh.
but, I also don't blame that on the medication. I That's just a byproduct of the weight loss, and
Weight
hey,
loss.
I'll take it. That's why I figured I'm lucky I have thick hair. Um, but if I don't, that's what they make wigs and hair pieces for.
Right?
I'm I'm not that vain, so it
Well, that's good.
would
That's
take
good.
a lot more than hair loss to make me quit this.
Yeah. Do you take any vitamins or anything like
I
that?
take a multivitamin. I take 2 fiber gummies a day,
Yep.
and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, tell us about some of the things that you're eating.
Well, I've never been a huge breakfast eater.
Mhm.
But in order to get my protein in, I kind of have to eat breakfast. So,
Yeah.
um, I like that kashi cereal you recommend. So
Yep.
sometimes I will have 3/4 of a cup of that with a cup of Fairlife milk.
Yep.
Um, I will have. I don't like too many of the protein added things, but there's one bread product. It's from a company called Inked, Inked Bread Company, and
Mm.
they make a sourdough and a seeded,
Hmm.
and they're like 30 calories a slice, and they have 6 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber per
Ooh.
slice. And
Ooh.
it's pretty much the regulars, and it toasts up really nice. So a lot of times
Yeah.
I'll have 2 slices of that with some avocado and tomatoes on it, maybe some cottage cheese. I know that's not your favorite.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not I'm not a cottage cheese fan, but other than that, it sounds pretty good.
I do utilize protein shakes. If I'm just not hungry, I'll have like a Premier Protein or a
Yeah.
Fairlife. The
Mhm.
Fairlife chocolate milk is outstanding, so
Yeah.
I'll treat myself to a cup of that some mornings. Usually lunch is leftovers from the night before. I don't cook much anymore. I
Mhm.
didn't ever really enjoy cooking. My son does the majority of the cooking. So he'll
Mhm.
usually, especially in the summertime, he'll usually grill some type of meat and we have vegetables with it, usually a salad. They've been my son and daughter or granddaughter have been very, very supportive. Neither of them have a weight problem. So
That's great.
they don't suffer from obesity. So, but they've been very supportive of my journey. And like I say, I think that they're eating healthier too because of it.
Well,
So
that doesn't hurt, right? Everybody can eat the same, healthy foods there, so
exactly.
mhm.
Exactly. And if there's no leftovers from the night before, usually I'll have maybe a tuna or egg salad
Mm.
um, sandwich. Um, there again, sometimes if I'm not hungry, I'll utilize a protein shake or a protein bar. I try and get
Yeah.
the majority of my food from Whole Foods, but I
Yeah.
do there's a couple, yeah, I do utilize protein bars sometimes when I want to, sometimes I don't snack very often, but sometimes I
Yeah.
want to snack, but I try and make sure it's protein. So I'll have a protein bar or string cheese or like a Chomps meat stick or something that
Oh.
has protein in it. I really like the dry roasted edamame beans.
Oh, that's a good
Those are
idea.
as usually I gravitate towards the salty, crunchy stuff when I want to munch. So
Yeah. Okay. Now, are you tracking your food at all? Are you tracking grams of protein?
like I said, I have PTSD from Weight Watchers and all this.
Me
But
too.
I do focus on. I know in my head how many grams of protein I'm getting. I shoot for 30 to 40 at every meal. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get between 90 and 120.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I haven't
Um,
and I haven't cut out carbs, but I
okay.
always kind of save them till last. Like at dinner,
Yeah.
I'll eat the protein and the vegetables first, and then if I have any
Yeah.
room, I'll have the rice or whatever is we have for the carb.
Yeah. That's what I do too. We sound a lot alike there, Vicky.
There's only so much room in the stomach, thankfully. So,
Right.
so
Right. And what dose did you say did I ask you what dose you're on now
I'm on
currently?
7.5 right now. This is my third
Okay.
week, 7.5.
7.5. And so you still have good appetite suppression, you have good, food noise,
Yeah.
you went up
Yes.
because of food noise, I think you
That's
mentioned
that's
earlier.
why I went up the last 2 times we was because of food noise. I was still losing, of course, not 10 pounds a week, but I was still losing something every week on every dose I've been on. It
Yeah.
was basically the food noise. And my doctor's been really good. I just message her through my chart and say, she kind of almost is letting me run the show. I mean, I when I went in there, I had so much information from your channel and
Oh,
stuff. She was pretty impressed. In fact, I gave her
oh,
your YouTube channel and told her she should check it out.
oh.
But so she's kind of letting me run that as far as when I feel I'm ready to go up, she'll just call in the next dose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, that's
when I
good.
see her every 3 months, she does blood work every 3 months.
Okay.
All my numbers look very good. In fact, she talked the last appointment that probably within the next year or so, depending how it goes, I'll probably be off all my medications and probably the CPAP machine too.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure you're looking forward to being off the CPAP. A lot of
I
people
am. Of course, like
tell
I
me
say,
about
by
that
the
one.
same token, that was the only way I got the medication too. So on the
Oh,
one hand, I was
right.
thankful for it. But
Yeah.
yes, I'll be thankful not to have to use it anymore also.
Yeah. Do you have a goal weight in mind?
I really don't at this point, and my doctor and I have talked about it, and once I get under 200, which I haven't been under 200 in probably 35 years.
Wow.
I think the lowest weight I remember being was like 212, and that
Okay.
was many, many years ago. So after I get below 200, I'll probably start thinking about kind of my set weight. I mean, I am 67, so I have to, I'm not going to be 125 again like high school and
Yeah.
stuff, but I'm kind of thinking maybe around 145, 150 ish.
Yeah.
We'll see. And that would end up being almost half my body weight.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Because with a 50-pound loss, I'm a third of the way there.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Yep. Just keep going, right? You're doing great. You're kind of wait, a third of the way there. So you kind of in the middle-ish kind of. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I'd be interested to see, 6 months from now, a year from now,
exactly.
what your progress looks like, but because you're doing so good, right?
Exactly. I
Congra-
figured I'd come back, and maybe with more pictures. I've always been the type, shied away from the camera
Yeah.
for years, but there is other pictures, and I do suffer from body dysmorphia, but I suffer from it in both ways. I never realized until I look at pictures how big I was.
Yeah.
And I don't realize, I mean, clothes wise, I can definitely tell,
Yeah.
but picture wise and looking, I can't really see that much difference. Although everybody I know says, "Oh my God, you've lost so much weight."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks from those pictures you showed a minute ago, it looks like more than 50. I guess the inflammation, like you said, really had a big, part to play in that. So, um, yeah, take those side by side pictures, right? I really, would encourage you to do that. Like, take that first starting picture, take a current picture, and just because when you're not sometimes when we just look in the mirror, our brain tricks
Mhm.
us, right? But when
Yes.
you're looking at a photograph or when you're looking at something like on your phone, it's like it's disconnected from your body. Like you can
Yep.
look at it maybe a little bit more objectively. So it
That's
just
one
takes
of that's one of the things I've told myself I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at older pictures more because
yeah,
the ones there is of me, I just don't enjoy looking. I mean, this is a big step for me being on camera. I mean, for years with Zoom, with COVID, and I worked at home before COVID and
yeah.
after. I would do anything in a Zoom meeting not to have my camera on.
Oh,
And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, and I would have to have the camera on, but I just never liked looking at myself.
yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Take those current photos. I mean, because you've made some great progress. I mean, you're doing great. So
Thank
congratulate yourself. Yeah.
thank you. And I wanna thank you and Christopher also. You have
Oh,
been
thanks.
such a help and an inspiration to me and so many other people, but to me personally through
Oh, well,
this
thank
journey.
Yeah. I hear so many people with our similar stories, right, of Weight Watchers and the whole trauma of that and
Yeah. Let's face
knowing what we're supposed to
it.
do, but just not being able to do it.
Yep. And if blame and shame was a cure, there wouldn't be obesity.
Right,
None of us would have obesity if blame and shame cured it. So
right. I mean, I can't imagine, the whole thing with your knee and your doctor and just I mean, that must have been a terrible experience, but it must feel so good now to know that, it got so much better and you're doing so well, and so
yeah, like I say,
that's
it
really
was
great.
in that parking lot of the doctor's office after I stopped crying. I just thought, I have to do something. I don't want to be homebound. I don't want to
Yeah,
have to depend on my son and my granddaughter
yeah.
for everything.
'Cause you're only 67, I
Oh,
mean, you're
yeah, I'm
young.
67. I feel old sometimes, but yes, I know. But that was my pretty much aha moment. I wasn't
Yeah.
so scared that I was going to die, but I was
Mhm.
scared that I'm going to be immobile.
And
I am
that to
not
me would
going.
almost be worse, right?
Yes,
Because not
yes,
being able to take care of yourself or get
exactly,
around or go
exactly.
places or yeah, that would almost be worse to
Yeah.
me.
So it was a
So,
wake up call. I figured that's why, and I thankfully I haven't had to use the walker yet, but I figured if that's the only way I'm going to be able to walk down the block, then I'm going to do it. You know,
yeah. Have you been able to exercise at all now that you've lost some weight?
I am walking, and I actually do a 30-minute home workout that it was on Jamie Seltzer's website. A 30,
Oh, I love Jamie.
I
Mhm.
like it too. I like it too.
Yeah, our friend Jamie Seltzler, we've interviewed him, here on the Downsized. He started 500, 600 pounds, and
Six
now
fifty.
he's down in the 200s, so if you haven't checked out his channel, please, by all means, check him out. He's so inspirational, right?
Yes, it
And
is.
yeah, and he got his, personal trainer, certification, so you found a workout you like on his site?
Yes, he does a 30-minute workout that you can just do with, I mean, I have some barbells, but you can even do it with like cans of soup or a jug of
Yeah.
water or something. But eventually I'm going to get to the gym.
Alright, well, you know what? You take your time and, it's a journey, right? We're just
Was exercise for a long time getting this 287.2 body around.
yeah, for sure, right? I mean, do you have a scale that measures your, muscle and your fat and all that, or just your weight?
I have a human body pod.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you very
awesome.
much for your coat. But
You're
I have
welcome.
a human body pod. I weigh every day, every
Mhm.
morning.
Well, 'cause, a lot of times people are worried about muscle loss, and we tell people you don't need as much muscle to carry yourself around when you're 250 pounds versus 300 pounds, right? So
Exactly.
how have you seen your body fat and your muscle mass shift as you're losing weight?
The so far, I mean, yes, I've lost some muscle mass, but of course, like you said, I'm going to lose some muscle mass. I
Yeah,
don't need, the muscle to carry 287 pounds around anymore.
right.
But my fat percentage is going down nicely. So
Oh, good.
I figure after I get below 200, then I'll really probably start on like the body composition and really working towards that.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Right
I
now, I'm
mean,
just trying to get the pounds off and feel better to move. So
yeah. Yeah, a lot of little goals in there, right? A lot of not just the number on the scale, but there's a lot of other things, that we can work on and that you're working on now, so I think that's great. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see. Have you cleaned out, any closets yet? Are you working
I
through some sizes?
I've done it like 3 times. In fact, yesterday I took 2 more bags to donate.
Oh,
I,
nice.
I've only kept one outfit, one pair of pants and one shirt, and they're up on the shelf in the closet. But I'm not keeping anything to grow back into. As soon as I'm out of those sizes, I don't care how much I loved the shirt or the top. I'm donating it. I
Yeah,
have a basket in my closet, and if I try on something and it doesn't fit, I just put it in the basket until I have enough for a bag, and then I take it and donate it.
it's a great system. It's great. It took me a long time to get everything out. There might still be a few random pieces that need to just takes time, right? And some things I really didn't want to part with because I really liked them. So it's funny that you mentioned that no matter how much you liked it, you're just getting
I'm
rid of it anyway.
rid of it. Yep.
Yeah.
And I've even had to get rid of some shoes that are too big.
Oh, did your shoe size got
I
smaller?
use Well, I still wear the same, but I don't wear the wide width anymore.
Yep. I always thought I had a wide foot. Nope, it was
No,
just fat.
yep.
Yeah. Always thought I was big boned. Nope, turns out I wasn't.
Me either.
Yeah. All these things we just kept telling ourselves, right? Because we didn't know obesity is a disease and it wasn't our fault, right? We were just trying to diet and exercise our way out of it, and it just never worked.
And
So
it just
now we have something that works, and I'm never giving it up.
no. I can remember the Weight Watcher days of counting every morsel and counting every point. And I would never use like my bonus points or my exercise points.
Yeah,
And I'd still go there and like lose point two or
yeah.
something. It's like, oh, and
Or
it's funny
game.
because my leader made such a big deal of point two, that was a loss. But the last time I went to Weight Watchers, GLP-1s were just coming on the scene. And I can
Yeah.
remember my leader standing up there at that point and saying, there is no pill, there is no shot that's going to make you lose weight.
I wonder
And
if she's changed her tune now.
now, so, because she's still with them. So I'm sure she's had to change. I often wonder, what a Weight Watcher meeting would be like now. And if they
Ugh,
still have all that crap food they used to sell at the meetings that you would buy. I remember one thing I bought was, well, I pretty much bought every chip,
I bought
candy,
them all. Yeah,
everything. So not only the weekly or monthly fee for Weight Watchers, but I probably spent $30 or $40 every week on
yeah,
crap. Because
yeah.
basically that's all it was processed food.
Processed crap, right.
I remember one thing, it was a noodle replacement. And it came in this like cellophane bag, and it
Mhm.
was like in a liquid. I don't even know what it was.
Oh, the shiitake noodles?
But
Was
you
that
opened it and it
mhm.
reminded me of like soggy rubber bands or
Oh,
something. It just
yeah.
it was disgusting.
I
And
mean,
supposedly when you cooked it, that liquid came out and I couldn't get past the soggy rubber band part.
I
I
bought so much,
oh,
yeah, for all processed stuff, right? I bought, like, a cake mix, Weight Watchers cake mix. I bought all kinds of like, how much money did we spend on stuff that just never worked and
I
never
bought
was
the
good for us?
wine glass and the measuring cups and
I have the wine glass with the
with
little lines on
the
it.
little lines so you could tell if
Yeah.
it's 4 or 5.
For, your portion. And I was like,
Yes.
maybe just a little
So let's go and use a different glass.
That's funny. Yeah, I have the whole set. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, uh, when I started GLP-1s, I was still going to Weight Watchers, and that was right when they were starting to sell online GLP-1s through Weight Watchers. And so, I came to the meeting and I'm like, "Hey guys, Weight Watchers is now promoting these GLP-1s and I'm on a GLP-1 and I'm having great success." And the leader was like, "Yeah, we're not talking about that in here." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do
They
you
sure
mean?"
changed their tune, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
had
So,
to survive.
yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah, I went for years. But yeah, I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, let's see. What are some tips or some things you wish you knew when you were starting?
That this was a disease and it wasn't my fault. And
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, I'm still struggling with that. I'm
It
still I can look at you, I can look at Christopher, I can look at anybody else in the group and say they suffered from the disease of obesity. It's
yeah.
not their fault. I can't look at myself that same way yet. And I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, but
I'm
it
trying
takes
to get
it
there.
it took me like 100 times of saying it before it really kinda sunk in. And
Yep.
sometimes when I still say it, I'm like,
Yep.
No, I do believe it, right? I don't know if you watch our channel a lot. You probably know Mindy, Mayor Mindy.
I mean,
She says the same thing. Like she says, "I believe it for you. I believe it for Christopher. I don't believe it for myself."
and
And why
that's what
and
I'm working on now. And
and why is that? Like
don't know.
we can give other people that grace and that uh pass. I don't know, not even a pass. Like we can accept it for them, but we can't accept it for ourselves.
I know.
And I think that's just part of that whole weight loss culture of always beating ourselves up and telling ourselves, why can't I do it? Why can't I do better? And it was really never our fault. It is the disease of obesity. It's a chronic progressive disease for which there is no cure. And these medications are treatments, very effective treatments for the disease of obesity. So,
Yes. It's not like we sit back and eat bonbons all day and just take a shot and the weight comes off. We still have
right.
to do the
No,
work.
still,
It's
I
now
still
we
working
do
on
the
it
work.
every day.
When we do the work, it pays off
Yes.
instead of doing the work and going in and losing point two.
Point
And
two. Yeah, I
this
certainly have.
thing that bothers me when the scale, when it's like point two, it's like, oh, I wouldn't care if it was point two. I wouldn't care if it was point three or point four, but I just don't like point two.
Ew. Yeah, or
And
even worse, like you go in and you think you've lost and you go in, you're like, "Oh," they're like, "Oh, you're up a pound. What happened this week?" And I'm like, "I thought I did good. Like, what do you mean?"
yes. And then to
Yeah,
sit there in the meetings and everybody goes around and says how much they lost. And the ones that don't speak up, they're not speaking up because they gained and they didn't. I mean, when I look back at some of the shame that we endured, even at a
even at Weight Watchers,
place
yeah.
that was supposed to help us.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. I was cleaning out we cleaned out a bunch of stuff, recently, and I came across a bracelet. Weight Watchers used to give you those little charms. Did you
Oh
ever get
yes.
those little
Oh yes.
I have a bracelet full of charms. I was gonna pull it out maybe for the live show this week, and I probably have 30 charms on there, everything from running a 5K to coming 12 times over the summer to losing 10% of my body weight. We got so excited when we lost 10% of our body weight, right? Now I've lost how I think I
Now I've
calculated
lost
it
now I've lost
20, 30%.
17% of my
Yeah.
body weight.
I mean, it just, all those things we did that never worked till we
In
got a
fact in
GLP-1.
fact, my shot app I use, which I use a app called GLAP. It sent me a message yesterday that congratulations, you've moved down to class 2 obesity. And
Oh,
I'm like, I haven't been class 2 obesity. I mean, I've been morbidly obese for, and I hate that term, but and
that's a
now I
terrible
have to
term.
call it class 3. I
Yeah,
was high class 3 for years and years and years.
yeah.
So that felt pretty good to say, okay, now I'm only class 2.
It's all relative, right? Uh, well, yeah,
And like I
yeah.
say, another thing is to try and let go. Like I say, the Dr. Raman Pashby, com the her messages and stuff, but to try and let go of the past trauma and the
Yeah.
old baggage. Like I have a couple things. One is on a plane. I worked from home, but about 4 or 5 times a year, I'd have to go into the corporate office in Phoenix, and I
Mhm.
never liked flying anyway. Um, but this one time, I got on the plane, and I always flew Southwest, but I always bought the early bird thing, not because I wanted to sit in the front of the plane because I didn't, but because I could get on and usually the A group. And so I was always guaranteed like a window seat and I didn't have to, God forbid, try and
The
squeeze in
middle.
with somebody. But
Yeah.
I remember this one time I boarded the plane and I was like halfway down because I usually sit in the middle to the back of the plane. I like to sit by the window, but I always sit there because I think, well, chances are that nobody's going to be sitting next to me back there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the flight attendant comes on the um the intercom and says, "The woman with the brown hair and the blue and gold shirt, when you find and get to your seat, just push the attendant button and I'll bring you an extender."
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
So there I am. And of course, I'm feeling everybody behind me,
Everybody's looking.
everybody that I'm walking towards is looking. And I got in that seat and my eyes were like stinging. And
Oh my
I
god, I would have been wrecked.
got that seatbelt on, and so I couldn't breathe. Thankfully, it was only an hour and 20-minute flight, but I got to my hotel room. I went on Amazon and I found out the two type of planes Southwest flew, and I bought
Uh-huh.
my own seatbelt extenders.
Wow.
And I'll be flying next month down to Southern California to visit my mom. Will probably be the first time in years I have not had to use a seatbelt extender.
Ugh,
But I
I
mean, I'm
probably would never fly Southwest again if I didn't have to.
traumatized by things like that and many other things that have happened.
Yeah.
I have to work through letting them go. And that would probably be my big thing is surround yourself with a good support system, both mentally, professionally, and friends. And
Mhm.
don't be scared to seek mental health and mental health
Yes.
also.
Yeah. We've got years of trauma to undo. It's
Oh
not gonna
yes.
all
Oh
happen in
yes.
6 months or a year
Yeah.
or 2 years. Yeah, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
take
take.
time. Oh my goodness. She called you out on it.
Oh
I would
yes.
I wanna write a letter to Southwest right now and complain, like, I
I was just mortified. And of course the whole flight I thought, "Oh, everybody's just
yeah, everybody's
looking
looking
at
at
me,
me.
waiting for that
Everybody's
button to go on," and
I mean,
whew.
that really is unacceptable. That is
So
really like
I got the extenders delivered to my hotel, and I had them for the return flight
yeah.
so that I never had to ask again.
Ugh. Ugh, I feel so bad. That just makes me mad.
And like I
It
say,
makes me
but
mad.
we've all gone through these,
Yeah.
type of things one way or another. I mean, another thing is I remember when I was going through menopause, and I went through a rough one. And there again, I went through menopause at the time where you couldn't, hormone replacement was taboo. So you just had
Yeah.
to tough it out. And mine was mainly mental. I didn't have a whole lot of the physical, but mine was, I mean, I had anxiety, panic attacks. It was bad. So I remember one time my former husband, it was right before the holidays. He's like, "I got you an appointment to have a massage. You need to relax and stuff." So I figured, okay.
Okay.
So
Great.
go in, get the massage. And of course, when you're heavy, that's the last thing you want to do is
Oh.
be laying on the table with no clothes on when the
Yeah.
sheet over you. And the woman started, and I don't think she ever massaged me more than 5 minutes at a time, because then all she started was talking about was the fat and the different areas. And it's like, "Do you feel this here? This is your liver swollen. And do you feel?" And then she kept saying, you should really get this kind of colonic cleanse and this kind of colon." So finally, after about half an hour, the phone rang and she had to go answer it. I jumped up,
Jumped
put on
up,
my
left.
clothes, and she came back in the room and just kind of looked at me, and I said, "I think it's obvious this isn't working for either of us," and
Yeah.
just left. And I have
Well,
not
good
had
for
a
you.
massage. I have not had a massage to this day. That's another thing I want to get past.
Yeah.
So
Um, that's also horrifying, and how dare she, and what what the heck?
yeah,
That's I mean, I don't know why people think that they can talk to other people like that. You know
mhm,
what I mean? Like, it's weight bias, it's weight stigma, it's all of those things, and we've suffered it for
for
years,
for
and
oh yeah,
I'm 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 it makes me so mad, right?
no.
It makes me so mad.
I was in. Um, I remember one time being in the store. This was years ago, and well, actually, it was during COVID. And I was the only one in the household that would go stand the 2 hours in line at the grocery store, go grocery shopping. And of
Yeah,
course, everybody had to stand 6 feet away from everybody. I remember putting my stuff on the belt. Now, mind you, I was shopping for our whole family,
right,
two or three of us that don't suffer from obesity. So, yes, there was
right.
some soda and ice cream, and maybe this woman behind me says to her husband, "No wonder she's so fat. Look at all this
Oh
shit."
my god.
And,
Oh my
you know,
God.
the tears instantly, and then finally, and then the anger turned, you know, and I turned around to them. I said, "Did you really mean to say such a shitty thing out loud, or is
Oh
your
my God.
husband
That's
deaf?" And they, you know, then they're looking all around, and in fact, they took their stuff and they went to another line. But then, of course,
yeah.
after the fact, I cried, and even the woman that was checking me out, she said, "I can't believe that woman said that to you."
I mean, good for you for
I mean,
clapping back at her. I
but
mean,
you
good for
and but
you.
there are so many times that I haven't clapped back, and I've
Yeah.
just taken it and
Yeah.
taken it and taken it. And
Well, you
at
get to a
that
point and you're
one
like, I've
time,
had
yes,
enough.
I did feel
So,
good about myself for
yeah.
saying something back, 'cause no, you don't know who's eating these things or what they
Exactly.
are.
Exactly. What gives you the audacity to comment on what's in my
Mhm.
grocery cart? Let's take a look at
Exactly,
what's in your grocery cart. Like,
exactly.
not like keep it to yourself. Like, what I don't know what's wrong. Here's Jojo.
I
This is Jojo, our cat. She had to
Yes,
come see what's happening.
no joke.
Well, my goodness, Vicky, you certainly have been through it.
Yeah,
So,
but like you say, we've all been through it
yeah,
in one form or another. I mean, I don't think there's anybody suffering from obesity that doesn't have stories, maybe not exactly like mine, but similar to mine. We've all
yeah.
been shamed and humiliated for something that was never our fault, but yet we were told all these years it was our fault.
Did you hear what you just said, Vicky?
Yes, I know.
Not your fault.
And I say that out loud to myself a lot.
Yeah, keep saying it. Keep saying it. And then, at some point you'll be able to really like
Exactly.
absorb it and believe it. Because I know, you mentioned earlier you had trouble with that. Yeah,
Mhm.
obesity is a disease and it's not your fault.
Not
And if you've
our
never
fault.
heard that before out there, it's true. The American Medical Association, among others, classifies obesity as a disease. There's obesity medicine certified doctors that can help you. So, if you're out there watching this right now and you want to get started, please start with your doctor. So,
Yes, and
well,
please subscribe to channels like yours
oh,
that first and stuff, because there's a lot of crap out there too. I mean, if don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, I've had people say to me, "Aren't you scared it's going to eat your bones?" I said, "No, I'm more scared that what it's doing to my bones carrying all this weight."
right, exactly. Look what I mean, your knees, and look how much better your knees got. So,
Exactly.
um, yeah, well, I'm glad you didn't listen to the naysayers. So, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Vicky, and thanks to everybody watching out there. As Vicky said, hope you will like and subscribe to The
Yes.
Downsized. We make videos every day. You can also check out our website at thedownsized.org. We've got some great resources for you there. You can check out our Amazon store. You can check out our Downsized Cruise page and sign up for our email list if you want. So thanks again, Vicky. Thanks for everybody watching today. Thanks, JoJo, for hopping up here and making an appearance. And I'm Laraine Durham for The Downsized. See you next time.
Bye.